We have a distraction today from the misery that is the league this season in the form of a cup quarter-final against QPR. However, I would trade that all in for a second league win of the season. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 28 of my Bristol Rovers FM20 playthrough. My name is James, and on today's episode we have a quarter-final in the Carabao Cup against League One QPR, followed by a crucial away league match against Wolves, where we look to try and get our second league win of the season. Since you were last with me, that pretty much is the spoilers for the last kind of few games. We haven't managed to get another win yet. In the last episode we had Liverpool and the drumming against Man United. We followed that up with losses against West Ham, Southampton and Tottenham. They're all teams that are in the top half of the table. All teams I would probably expect to lose. It would be nice to get a win against Southampton, as we had beaten them previously in the Carabao Cup. But we only managed a narrow 1-0 loss. We did get another draw in there. We managed to draw 1-1 against Bournemouth. When Bournemouth went ahead, I thought this was going to go the same way as the others, but the guys did fight back. We managed to get a goal not 20 minutes later, and kind of held out for the end of the match. Our ratings across the board have been pretty poor for most of the season, but one thing I have seen in the last couple of games is a lot more fight from the players. It's not showing in the ratings or in the scores, but I'm hoping if we can kind of continue that fight, we might give ourselves a good shot. However, that shot is waning quite quickly, because if we look at the league, we are obviously still propping up the bottom of the league. We are now 8 points off of Brighton in 17th place. The other teams that are with us in the relegation zone, Watford and Wolves, we've all got one win apiece. Brighton are on 4, and then kind of it goes up from there. So there is only 3 points between us in the relegation zone, but that gap to safety is looking like a mountain already. Never mind trying to get off the bottom of the table. I think maybe not being the bottom of the table might just be the goal for the rest of the season. We may have to just come to terms with the fact that we are going to go down, even though it's only December. What it does mean is that I'm going to focus a little bit more on the cups. So we've got the Carabao quarter-final against QPR today. If we do manage a result against that, one of the next episodes will be the semi-final. We have got an FA Cup third round against Burnley as well. With Brighton just the game after it, that is likely to be the next episode. But obviously we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So let's get into the match against QPR. As I said, QPR are from League One. As a current Premier League team, this should be a win for us. For one of the first times this season, we are actually odds on to win a match, but not taking anything for granted for how poor our morale and form is this season. For this match, we are going to be playing a fairly rotated side with such an important match against Wolves on Saturday, and this being a midweek game. As much as I want to win it, I feel that our second string side should be able to comfortably beat QPR. So we've got Jacola in goal, a back four of Connolly, Lockyer, Long and Kraft. Sammy in defensive midfield, and John Joe and Rolls make up central midfield, and then Walker, Lumeka, and I believe a first start for Phillips up front. Since the last episode as well, I had a little bit of fiddle with some of the tactics. We are sticking with this current formation, but we are now playing a tiki-taka style. I went back to the drawing board. I stripped back all the formations and went through the formation builder that's built into the game. It suggested tiki-taka, and I believe it was fluid counter-attack, or it might be direct counter-attack, of the two that it recommended. So we have tactics for both of those. Exactly the same formation with the 4-3-3, but one being counter-attack, one being tiki-taka, and then kind of intermittently swapping them between the two depending on how we see the match going. And that hopefully is one of the reasons why we have a little bit more fight in us in some of the most recent matches. Teams such as ours, we win this no problem at all. I think that's probably the only time this season I'll be able to say that team talk. But I think it is important that the guys go out there and do what needs to be done in this match. This is one of the very few matches that we'll get a chance to maybe really put our stamp on things. And if we can get a few goals past them, maybe it's a bit of a morale boost. Hopefully, it'll push us in to maybe a teeny bit of form and hopefully give us the best chance of trying to get a result on Saturday against Wolves. But we have a highlight here. Lumeka just outside the box. He scored a few of these last season in the Championship, and he puts it in, and he puts it into the top corner. Lumeka there with his first goal of the season. He hasn't played many games, and he's been injured off camera quite a lot, so he hasn't really had much of an opportunity. but he beautifully chips it round the wall there into the top corner. Keeper had no chance. And just with 27 minutes on the clock, we get hopefully our first of many goals of the game. Walker has the ball here, back to Connolly, who was the throw-in taker, to Sammy in defensive midfield, looking to try and carve an opportunity for us here. Rolls with the ball there. To Njonjo, to Walker, to Connolly. Can he find a cross? No, he cannot, so he goes back to Njonjo. He puts it all the way back to Lockyer. QPR basically have got 11 men behind the ball at this point. They're really, really trying to park the bus to stop us getting into our stride and making this a romp. But Connolly has the ball out wide again for Walker, looking to bring it into the penalty area. He's in a little bit of space, takes a shot, slams it into the bottom right-hand corner. Zane Walker hasn't had many opportunities. That is only his second goal of the season. But when he has come on, he has put in a bit of a shift. And it shows that if we do end up going down, he's likely to be a key player for us next season, I think, on that left-hand side. Even in the Premier League, he's put in a couple of good games. Barrett has been very poor so far this season and has either been injured or sent off for what feels like a majority of the games that have been off camera. But the ball goes back into again from Connolly. Connolly with another assist. That must be a hat-trick of assists, I think, so far today. Oh, no, of course, because the first one was a free kick. But second for Connolly in terms of assists. This time across to Rolls. Corner comes in the first time round. Ball headed back out to Walker. Walker passes it to Connolly. Connolly with a quick whip back into the centre. Rolls in the centre there and knocks it into the back of the net for our third after half an hour. Right, just before half time, Connolly with the corner. Into the centre, looking for Phillips, can't find Phillips, finds Rolls though with the ball. Lockyer takes a shot, hits the crossbar, ricochets back. Phillips, who I presume was onside, knocks it into the back of the net to make it Bristol Rovers 4, QPR 0. I mean, this is a wonderful break from what has been quite a painful league season so far. To be able to see us scoring again quite freely. And Phillips puts that in for his first goal of the season. Lockyer gets the assist there, but obviously fairly unintentional, being the fact his shot ricocheted back off the post. And going into half time, 4-0 up. QPR haven't had a single highlight in that first half. Hopefully we keep that going. Hopefully we don't get complacent. The boys have been brilliant in this first half. Do you know what I'm going to say passionately? Very pleased. Keep it going. I was going to go with the complacency, but do you know what? If QPR score 4 goals in the second half, they deserve to go through. We have a free kick here. Lumeka with the ball onto the back. Lockyer with another shot. I'm not sure if it came off the keeper or the post. Phillips with the ricochet again, but this time could only put it over the bar. We have another highlight here. Lumeka with the throw in to Kraft to Phillips, playing with much more freedom in this game than we've had this season. Rolls with the ball in centre midfield to Sammy. Back to Long. Just playing at our own pace, not trying to push it. There was no need to rush at this point with 4 goals up and 66 minutes on the clock. Big ball out wide to Connolly. Can he get another assist? But no, this time it's to Walker. Looking to find an opportunity. However, he is tackled and the QPR player just boot it forward to Atea. I presume that's how it's pronounced. Ball through to Chair, who's in a bit of space here. Can we get the tackle in? Cannot, but his shot is wayward of the left-hand post. Right, I think we'll make some changes now. And John Joe says looking complacent, so let's bring on Joe Budd for him. Right, Sammy is struggling, so I'm going to take him off as I don't want to break him. I'll put Reece Cole back there. We haven't got anybody else to play in defensive midfield, but he can play the deep-lying playmaker role, so hopefully he'll be okay back there. And I think we'll leave that for the time being. We'll leave this third substitution just in case we need it later on. But I think this game, as it's now pretty much over, we can now be taking players off and looking forward to Saturday's game. Right, I think in the last couple of minutes, let's take Kieran Phillips off. Let's bring on Clark Harris, see if he can try and get a goal to spark something from him this season. Let's also, 87 minutes on the clock, let's drop a little bit of praise for them as well. But Lumeka has a free kick outside the area, looking for Long. Was that a push? I think that's a penalty for us. This will make it 5. I presume Clark Harris, he will. Clark Harris will take this penalty to put a stamp on what has been a very good performance from us. And he puts it into the bottom right. Keeper can't get anywhere near it, and Clark Harris gets his 6th goal of the season in injury time to put it Bristol Rovers 5, QPR 0, and send us into the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Full time a match that was never really in doubt. I'd say very good performance, but don't let it get to your heads. They need to go. As much as that's been great, get a few goals behind us, get some confidence in the players. A, that was a very rotated side, but B, it was against a League One side, and so we need to remember that it will not be remotely that easy for Saturday's game. So we had Chelsea beat Tottenham in the other match. Do we know of the other games played yet? They all have now. So Liverpool and Manchester United. I mean, we're not getting past the semi-final. I knew we weren't anyway, because the only team we'd have any remote chance of possibly getting a result against would be West Ham. Hopefully, we come up against a rotated side, and we get a little bit lucky. But I think that'll be it for us for this season. But a nice little cup run, nice distraction from the league as well. But back to more important things now. We've got the Wolves game up next in what is, as is almost every match now, a must-win game. Before we get into the Wolves match, I don't think it makes a massive amount of difference, but here is the Carabao Cup semi-final draw. It is, I mean, it's going to be an utter annihilation regardless who we get. But let's set to automatic draw. Let's hope we can get a home draw, get some fans in the ground. It is Chelsea against Man United, so we have Liverpool away. I mean, the guys get a trip to Anfield again. We managed to get a draw with them when we were at home. You know, maybe we can take them all the way this time. Where are Liverpool in the league anyway? Liverpool are 5th. I mean, it was top 5, regardless of what we do. I mean, we've got what, in theory, by the league is the worst of the 3. But I just think not allowing it to be an utter annihilation is going to be our target in that match. Where does that match come into play? So it's actually 2 legs. So we've now got FA Cup 3rd round. I think next episode is going to be an All Cup episode. We'll then jump straight into Brighton and Aston Villa as the one after that, and then have the second leg and Crystal Palace as the episode after. So a couple of episodes in quick succession. But some really nice matchups there. Hopefully, a little bit of cup excitement. After the distraction of the Carabao Cup, we now get into league matters with a crucial away match against Wolves. As we can see in the table, they are the team directly above us. And this is the team for the match against Wolves. Before I get into that, one thing I didn't mention before the start of the episode, and I can't believe I didn't even mention it, because you will notice that for this match, Jacola is actually on the bench. I rarely have a keeper on the bench. And the reason that I have Jacola on the bench, and I think one of the things that was handicapping us even further, as if we needed that anymore, was this utter mess down here. There's a few less now than we had before, but this was a sea of red. Over the matches in between the episodes, we had, I think at one point it was 8 or 9 players either suspended or injured. We still have Richie, I think, was out with a long-term injury. He's out for another 2 months. Kilgore is out for another 6 to 12 days. Adebayi, 4 weeks. Alabiusu, 2 weeks. Barrett's still suspended for this next match. Hoole is out as well for another 2 weeks. Ollie Clark's only just coming back from injury. At one point, I didn't think I even had a central defender. Don't think I do this match have a central defender on the bench, just due to the lack of depth that we unfortunately do have at the club. And it showed how paper thin we were with all these injuries and suspensions. So the fact we didn't get a result in any of those matches isn't really surprising. But as I said, it did show the fact that we gave fight even in those matches where we were not necessarily at full strength. But I am happy with this team going into this match. I am hoping that they can do the miraculous and get us our 2nd win of the season. With the win against QPR as well, it will be a fantastic result, a fantastic episode. One of, I think, very few really positive episodes that we've had this season. And we have a highlight here, 12.5 minutes on the clock. Connolly with the throw-in to Lumeka, back to Connolly. He had a couple of assists in the last match. Can he get another one today? But he loses the ball. Lumeka managed to get the ball back, though, into the centre. I'm not sure who that was that got the header. Arzani gets the header, but the Wolves goalkeeper collects it quite comfortably. Didn't really challenge him. He puts the ball out wide to Arnia, who brings the ball forward, goes comfortably past Rolls there into the penalty area. No one else really challenging him, but luckily the shot's quite tame and Trafford collects it. Right, coming up just before half time, 5 minutes to go. It's been a fairly balanced first half. We have had though the lion's share of the shots and possession, but neither team really has had had clear-cut opportunities. Obviously, they had one highlight each in that first half. This game to me is for the taking. I'm going to say assertive with a better team. Go out there. We need to be winning this. This match in that first half. We showed glimpses of being a team that could possibly win this, but Wolves have a throw in here, ball into the centre. Some awful defending there. I'm not sure what went on there, but Trafford saved us there with a brilliant save. Puts it out for a corner. Don't know what it is with this team. As soon as I start complimenting us, we go and throw it away. Lovren with his first goal of the season there. Again, another goal from a set piece. I haven't mentioned set pieces much this season. I think all the losses have probably distracted from that. But again, who was that with it? Lockyer. Lockyer is meant to be the central defender. Didn't even bother jumping. Just let Lovren get the free header. And after all the positivity in the first half, have just thrown this away again. I ask for some passion. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. But we have won the ball back here. Come on, we need to do something with us. Lumeka with the ball. Back to Lockyer, who was really at fault for that first goal. Almost put it into his own net, but Trafford manages to stop it. Almost across the line there. I think he'd have come off if he'd scored an own goal there. But putting Trafford under pressure, manages to clear it to Arzani, but that was the end of the highlight. Wolves have a throw in there. It's been all Wolves this second half. We have done nothing so far in the first kind of 15-20 minutes of the second half. Ball into the centre to Roll. What is going on? What is going on? Right, let's make some changes. Right, Lumeka's coming off. I'll bring on Zane Walker for him. Connolly's coming off. He's had an awful game. Do I take off Kraft? I mean, let's put Clark Harris. Let's put him as a pressing forward. He's more comfortable as a pressing forward. Let's take off Kraft and bring on Correa. Making a triple substitution. I've not got angry at any of these matches so far, but do you know what? This seemed like a match, unless Wolves were just playing duck in the first half. But Wolves are coming forward again. This is going to be their third. This is going to be an absolute whitewash. It's not. So Trafford manages to save it, but I don't know what went on that. We seemed to be quite balanced in that first half, but Wolves have come out like their hair is on fire. But Long manages to clear it. Arzani with the ball. Come on, let's get a goal in this match. This is a team that is in free fall without a manager. If we can't beat this team this season, then I may as well skip forward to the end of the season and show us being relegated. I'm going to demand more. Let's go very attacking. Let's get something from this match. I think if we lose this match, I honestly am considering maybe the cup matches will be the last couple of episodes of this season, because I don't want to have to show you guys. I mean, is Thierry just given away a penalty there? Has he just given away a penalty? I've just brought him on. It's a free kick. I might not show any more matches this season because I don't want to have to show. I don't want to show you. Just it's embarrassing. We don't have anything at all going for us. We're not to put. That was lucky. That would have been two substitutions I brought on that would have caused a mistake there. As I was saying, I don't know how many more of these matches I'm going to show, because we're not made for this league. We've not had the budget to be able to change enough for the players to obviously be able to compete. Maybe it's my tactics aren't good enough. Maybe they're the wrong tactics. I don't know. But you look at those stats. We should have won that match. We should have won that match. Or at the very least drawn it. Yes, we had most of the possession, but you know what? We're pretty even across the board, other than that. That is a big thing. Fouls, sendings off, bookings. We had 4 in this match alone. I know people be saying I should be going defensive, but how is going defensive going to make this any better? I don't see it how. If we can't defend, full stop, all we're going to do by going defensive is just bring more pressure onto us. Sorry, I didn't mean that to be so much of a rant, but it's been a tough season. It's been so tough to be able to play through this. It says to say the boys were excellent, but they weren't. I mean, Sammy again has had a brilliant match. How can we say that was a brilliant game? Is the game seeing something that I'm not? Let me know down in the comments. Am I being too harsh? Am I being too critical on my team? Because from that to me does not, bar that one green, that does not say to me that this was a good match. Their efforts were excellent. I get aggressive. Not happy. That's basically doomed us, I think, at this point. A team in freefall with no manager, who are the team above us, have managed to beat us. I mean, yes, it was away. That I don't think is going to change. I think we'll probably set a record for most games like winning in this season. And looking at the league table, we're still only 8 points. So the actual point gaps hasn't changed. But Wolves have jumped jumped above Watford now. I don't know. Let's hope we can have some fun in the cups. And that is going to be the next match. We've got Burnley in the FA Cup third round and the Carabao Cup. Depending on how these two matches go in between is whether I even bother showing these. And I might just jump ahead and just do the Carabao Cup second leg and Crystal Palace. When it comes to matches going forward from there, I mean, we've got Watford and Wolves. That to me stands out as a game that I should show. Maybe if I walk away from the save for a little bit, for a couple of hours, see how I feel about it when I get back, and hopefully be in a slightly more positive mindset, because I am struggling with this at the moment. Well, I promise I'll try and be more positive in the next episode. We did get a win against QPR, and we are through to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. We have got the FA Cup to come as well, so hopefully there's some positive stories to come out of this season. And if anything, the players have had an experience in the Premier League. But if you enjoyed that, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of brand new FM20 videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5 PM. And thank you very much for watching.